So I got to get the leaf vac going, suck up all the leaves from these piles I made, and we're gonna this leaf vac thing, I think I reduce it to 30 to 1 or 10 to 1 or something, but it'll break down the leaves a little bit, at least get the process started. Then we'll stick them on our mulch, in our compost bins, excuse me. Get that going. Now it's been a while since I've started this Cub Cadet. Its sole purpose is to pull this thing. So I'm gonna need this jumper, which is about the handiest thing you can have around a piece of property like this. Because you never know when you're gonna have to jump a piece of equipment. So here we go. What we got here. It should be good. There's no on switch. I'm going to start it up first pull. Now I'm going to have to work on that a bit. Okay, after a trip to the shop, down to the garage, I finally got it running. It had some bad gas in it, so I had to drain the gas out and there's a lot of water in the tank. And then I had to open up the bowl on the carburetor and drain that out. Once I did that, I put a new air filter on it. I had one of those. Fire right up. There we go. Now I can't say much for this battery, and I think I got a bad start switch, so I'm going to buy that. the reward is. Gonna take this over to the compost pile. Had this since 2005 or 6. And that bad boy's pretty full. And so there's an attachment that goes on your lawnmower when if you want to run over a field or something and suck up the leaves, it chops it up. Then they get chopped up again. I think that's your 30-to-1 reduction. I think you only get a 10-to-1 reduction in this by using this method. But it gets the leaves chopped up to the point where it begins that breakdown process. So when we put it in the compost pile, this will start breaking down pretty fast. So there it is. And as you can see down here, it's pretty packed. Up here is some of the looser stuff, but it breaks it down. I mean, you can see still see some whole leaves, or not quite whole, but 10-to-1. So I have an attachment for my lawnmower but it was for my old Craftsman mower, so I have to get a new attachment before I can set this up and then like run over stuff with the lawnmower. So in this case, I just wanted to blow some leaves into a pile, get some compost material started, because we're about to run out of compost and we need all winter to build it up. So let's see how it goes. That up. In order to dump that and take the back off, you got to take a couple of pieces apart. I'll show you. So first thing I'm going to do is take my little rig off here, drop that to the ground. Then you have to disconnect the output hose from the motor. Look at this. This is from, like, good Lord, 10 years ago. A piece of wood or something went up in here and cracked that. Now I need to patch it up a little more. It's held so far. All right, so you pop that loose. And right down here, well, what do you know? It's already loose, but this normally should be here like that. You pop that loose. And now all I got to do is take the back off of it. There's some bungees here, which I already had one of them disconnected. On this side, I got the bottom one disconnected. And then I think I just put one here for traveling purposes. And then it lifts off these pins. See these pins right here. So this whole thing just kind of lifts off. There's one on each side. All right, so here we go. We got one thing. This is gonna block it. Shake it a little bit. So I'll just take the fork, shovel, whatever, start piling it in here. Of course, I gotta start that lawnmower again to pull away, right? Don't have the jump pack with me. Definitely getting that new battery tomorrow, because I'll be using this equipment quite a bit here in this coming month. We might see if I can get an output for my Cub Cadet. Although we figured out that when you run over it with a mower, it just fills up so fast. You're better off just kind of blowing the stuff to the edge of the woods. But now that we have a use for it, because we have a garden, which we didn't have before, it could make a lot of sense to get that output attachment for the lawnmower deck. See if I can do that. Maybe DR has one for a Cub Cadet. I had to get a universal one to hack for my Craftsman mower. And it looked like a hack too, but it worked. Fingers crossed this will start. Larry's got a little something left to it. So this will fill this bin up. And then we're supposed to get a couple days of rain. There's nothing over it but some trees, so it's gonna get good and wet. And that should pack it down pretty good. We don't want to pack it down, obviously we want air in here, but finally getting some material chopped up. We have I call it a compost tumbler or spinner over there where we put a lot of green and stuff in it, and we'll add it to this and see what we can see if we can get some good heat built up in there. And then we got all the greens coming out of the garden soon. After we get that first frost, we can add to this pile. Especially fallen, mostly oak, some maple leaf, some hickory. Just dump the rest of it. This is about all the leaves I want to deal with today. I do have other rakes, but this was handy. All right, that'll get that compost pile started. You can hang this right here. I want to make sure all these are outside before you start fastening. Otherwise, you'll pinch them on the inside. So there's one on the bottom here I usually don't even bother with. There we go. But I thought I'd do it. Show you. So you put the two pins in on the top, the bottom, and clip all the sides here. It's a little bit of work. Not too bad. And there you go. Ready for its next gig.